I was still in high school when this incident happened. We had a chemistry teacher who suddenly disappeared and left the job. After that, they brought a new substitute teacher to replace him. On our first day with him, we were all sitting in the classroom waiting for the new teacher to arrive. And if you're sitting here waiting with me too, then quickly go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new stories that come out. I was sitting there doodling in my notebook when suddenly I heard two of my classmates sitting next to me talking. One of them said, "Is that really true?" The other replied, "Yeah, it's true. Some kids in the school heard the janitor talking to the cafeteria cook yesterday saying that Mr. Asim is coming back again." The first one said, "But I heard he resigned." The other replied, "Yeah, he did resign. Or to be more accurate, he was forced to resign because the school principal wanted to help a friend of his and make him the chemistry teacher instead. So how is he coming back again?" The new chemistry teacher had an accident last week. A car with no license plates hit him and ran away. No one could trace it. The man died before they could even get him to the hospital. Some people suspect and others are sure that Mr. Asim was behind the accident, but there's still no proof against him. Could it really be him? This school is big, Salah. The salary here is higher than any other school. After Mr. Asim got fired, we heard that the lifestyle he had built for himself and his family collapsed completely. His wife couldn't handle it, so she asked for a divorce and left with the kids. Ever since his home fell apart and he lost everything, his mental and emotional state has completely deteriorated. God protect us from losing blessings. I heard his appearance became really strange. Really? What does he look like now? The janitor said he looks like those crazy scientists we see in foreign sci-fi movies. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, his brother sent him to a mental hospital for treatment, but he got out just a week ago. I don't think the school would allow someone in that condition to come back and teach us. In the end, it's about student safety. I don't know how the principal agreed to bring him back after everything that happened to him. It's like he has something on him. Anyway, it's time for the chemistry class, and he'll be here any moment, and then we'll judge for ourselves. I just hope he's actually recovered. And just so you know, I'm not accusing him of anything, and I'm not against him either. Honestly, I feel sorry for him because what happened to him wasn't easy. I'm just telling you what I heard yesterday, that's all. I was new to the school, so I didn't know any of these stories. At first, I completely ignored what they were saying and thought he would just be another boring teacher like any I had seen before. But honestly, time proved me wrong. The classroom started turning into chaos. The students got bored and began messing around. Some were throwing paper balls at each other. Others were joking loudly in the corner, and everything was completely out of control. And suddenly, the classroom door burst open violently. It was like someone had kicked it from the outside. It almost broke. A man walked in. The man who entered looked terrifying in a very strange way. His hair was standing up as if it was electrified, and even his nose looked unsettling. He was holding some books in his hand and threw them violently onto the teacher's desk. Then suddenly, he screamed in a very sharp voice, "I'm back again, but this time I will not tolerate any disrespect inside my class. So you'd better shut up completely. Take out your books from your bags and sit properly at your desks." He looked so terrifying that none of us even thought about disobeying him. We all went silent instantly, as if we had swallowed our tongues, and every single one of us rushed back to sit in our seats. Then that teacher smiled, a very wide and extremely strange smile. He kept looking at us one by one with eyes that looked like a wolf's, and then he said, "This time, I'm going to teach you in my own unique method, so anyone who has a problem or only understands the old way can leave my class right now." No one responded. We were all terrified, unable to speak. He picked up the chalk and wrote his name on the board. Then he turned toward us and said, "There is no Mr., no teacher. My name is Dr. Asim, and none of you will call me anything else, understood?" Again, no one responded. For the second time, he suddenly screamed, "Answer me, you idiots!" We all flinched in fear and replied together in one voice, "Yes, Dr. Asim." His teaching method was strange in a way that didn't feel normal at all. In his very first class with us, he made us tear pages out of the chemistry book and throw them in the trash. Our football team captain, Adam, tried to object, but Dr. Asim cut him off sarcastically and said, "What are you, one of those stupid kids who thinks they deserve success just because of their silly sports? How dare you talk to me like that?" Adam replied, "I'm here to teach you, and that's it. If you plan to focus on anything other than this subject, then the football field is outside, and if you don't like it, you can leave any time." Adam went silent and sat down. He didn't say another word. All of us knew how important chemistry grades were, especially for anyone who wanted a scholarship, so we were forced to follow everything he said, without irtirad, even though we hated it. But the strange thing was, he never talked to the other teachers. I never even saw him eating in the cafeteria or buying anything from the canteen. There was no interaction between him and anyone. As soon as his class ended, he would go straight to the chemistry lab in the school and stay there until the school day was over, and he never took us there, not even for practical exams. Whenever someone asked him why, he would always say, "The lab is under maintenance right now. All my personal experiments are in there. Once I'm done, I'll take you there." No one complained. No one even thought about complaining or opposing him in any way, because we all knew if he ever found out that we tried to report him to the principal or complain about him to anyone, he would make our lives a living hell, and somehow we knew he would find out. Strangely, despite his madness, he was a very skilled teacher. His method actually made me understand chemistry for the first time. Even the students who used to hate the subject subject completely, started focusing with him. Their grades began to improve noticeably, but deep inside, I had a strange feeling. I felt like he was giving good grades just to avoid problems, making everyone happy with the illusion that the school's level had improved. Then one day, he gave us a surprise exam, and by pure coincidence, we all passed. My friend Tarek and I were reviewing the exam after we finished. Even though that's not something I usually do, I don't like reviewing, but I wanted to make sure, and I noticed I had made 2 big mistakes. But still, that teacher had given me a perfect score, out of 50. Honestly, I couldn't hold myself back anymore. I wanted to understand what was going on, so I went to him and said, "Mr. Asim, Dr. Asim."
Yes, I'm sorry, Dr. Asim. I made a couple of mistakes in the exam, so I think my grade should be 40 out of 50, not 50. It seems like you didn't notice. He looked at me and said, "Oh, so you're the only one in this class with a conscience? You don't like good grades?" It's not that I don't like good grades. I just want to know if I'm actually improving in chemistry or not, because if I'm getting grades I don't deserve, I'll never know.
He stared at me and said, "And what about you? What are you planning to do after high school?" "I'm planning to join the Civil Aviation Academy. I've wanted that since I was a kid, and my dream is to become a pilot." "So, you already answered your own question. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean. You want to become a pilot? Then shut up, keep your mouth closed, and go sit in your seat. Because in your case, it won't matter if you lose 1 grade, or 5s, or even 10 in chemistry, you pig." Even though he had some kind of long-term perspective, his words at that moment really provoked me. I felt humiliated, insulted in front of the entire class. So I shouted at him and said, "Well, I want to know my real grade. And honestly, you are the most pathetic teacher I've ever seen in my life. All you do is insult us, and you don't even want to properly evaluate us in your own subject. I don't understand why you treat us like this. Maybe because you know you're a failure and you have no value outside this school." The entire class went silent. Everyone was staring at us. His face turned red with anger, and suddenly, he grabbed his laptop and started smashing it on the desk like a madman, shouting, "How dare you talk to me like that? How dare you, you stupid, ignorant animal." After that insane teacher took out his rage on the poor laptop and completely destroyed it, he started breaking everything in the classroom. He was hitting chairs, destroying everything around him. We all ran outside screaming. The principal and other teachers came running because of the noise, but no one was able to get close to him. In the end, they had to call the police, but even when the police arrived and restrained him, he kept screaming, insulting, and making violent threats. "I'm coming back again, you idiots. You won't be able to keep me in prison forever. And next time, I swear I will burn this entire school to the ground. I'll be dancing on your corpses. My name is Dr. Asim, and I want you to remember that name very well." The principal was attacked with criticism from students and parents. How could he bring someone in such a mental state and such madness in to teach us? How could he ignore all the investigations that proved that this man was not fit to deal with students or even human beings? And how are you still watching this story without liking the video or subscribing to the channel until now? But the biggest shock came when the police searched the chemistry lab. They found explosive materials and extremely dangerous chemicals. All of it was the work of Dr. Asim. That teacher was actually planning to blow up the school, and if God hadn't chosen me to stop him that day, maybe all of us would have ended up as corpses. And just like he said, he would have been dancing on our remains. Every single moment of that day keeps replaying in my mind. Every time I close my eyes, I keep seeing the same scene again and again.